Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Thank you very much for clicking on it. I really appreciate it. Today we have a little Monster X subunit to enjoy. Shownu and HYUNGWON have dropped their subunit debut of Love Me a Little title track and the Unseen mini album. Super excited for this. This is obviously the first time that we have seen Shownu in new music and a music video and all of that in quite some time. I have missed you, King. I've missed you so much. You big old teddy bear, you. Obviously, you know, all the members are in the process of making their way through the military. Duhan being the most recent to get his little egghead cut. The picture, like, it made me smile because he looked really cute in his little eggheadiness, but also it made me sad because I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna see you in like a while, and I'm going to miss you very much. But anyway, it's not about him. Regardless, we're here with the subunit. I'm very excited. I have no idea what kind of sound they're gonna give us. I have not seen or heard any of the teasers in the lead up to this, so going in blind, but probably gonna have a good time. Let's go. Now, as far as the album is concerned, I will obviously be doing a reaction to it over on Patreon. I will hopefully get to it today. That is the goal, but it may end up being a little bit later this week or maybe even next week, just depending on how, you know, time works out and all of that. I'm trying to put a little bit less pressure on myself with like keeping up with every single release and all of that. So yeah, I'll get to it as soon as possible. And if I'm able to, I will absolutely do it today, but regardless, it'll be over on Patreon in the not too distant future. So if you're interested in that, feel free to come through. Plenty of other Monster X content over there as well. I will be getting back into season 3 of Monster X-Ray starting from next month as well, which I'm very excited for. So yeah, feel free to come on by if you wanna. But if not, no worries, let's get into this. So it's Shownu and HYUNGWON, Love Me a Little. I'm real excited. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Beautiful, beautiful men. Ooh, that bass. Oh, I've missed your voice. Oh, that bass is sexy. Oh, the vocal production is really cool. That like modded vocal laid over the top is nice. No, we're not doing a dance scene in water. Absolutely not. Ooh. Oh, I love that little sound in the background. Little details with the guitar. Ooh. Oh, they sound so good, they look so good. I can't get over this bass though. These shots where it's going from like transitioning from one member to the other, almost like a match cut, is so cool. Not the horn. You got me every minute after hour. You got me every minute after hour. Oh, there's strings in there as well now. You got me every minute after hour. That is beautiful. Give it to me like. Ooh. Let's go. Oh, I really hope that instrumental break is in the song. Like in the studio version of the song. Wow. Wow. Oh, that was incredible. Also, yes, it does look like that instrumental break is in the song. Because it's about the same length on Spotify as it is in the MV. Thank God. There's nothing that makes me sadder than when an amazing part of the instrumental just isn't in the studio version of the song. That makes me so sad. Oh, that was really good. That was really, really good. I did not know what to expect going into this, because I feel like Monster X in general as a group are very versatile. And you know, I feel like there's like a certain sound and vibe that you come to expect from them as a group, but if you look at them individually, you know, as you think of like the members that have put out solo works and whatnot, like it's very different, like very, very different. You think of IM's most recent release, of Doohan's Kihyun, like it's super different. There's such a broad spectrum within these members of what they are capable of musically and what they can showcase musically. And so going into this, I wasn't 100% sure what to expect. The only thing I guess I had a bit of an expectation on was I thought it would have a little bit of that that like darker, sensual, sexy vibe, like just a little bit underneath, and it does have that. So I did kind of expect that kind of feeling to some degree, and I expected the choreo to pop off and be amazing because it's these two. Those were my only two expectations going in, and not only did they meet and surpass said expectations, but they also added in a whole lot of other stuff that I really wasn't prepared for. The general sound of the song is so different from, again, so different from anything else that we've heard, I think, from, you know, the Monster X guys. There's maybe like a couple of B-sides here and there that have a somewhat similar feel or vibe, but I think sonically it feels really, really different, which I love. I love getting to hear something a little bit newer, a little bit fresher from my best boys. But just like the way this song is constructed, the way it builds, and each section evolves and adds on a different layer, it's so interesting and cool and satisfying to listen to. Like, it starts off, you know, we have this driving bass line, which does go through the vast majority of the song. That deep bass line is incredible, but they add in different things to add a little bit of texture to that and add some dynamic to that. So when I mentioned, I think it's when the second verse starts, there's those tiny little details on the guitar that just add a little bit of like a scratch to that deep bass, which is awesome. In the pre-chorus, I think it's the pre-chorus anyway, there's that section with the vocal layering. They have that slightly modded vocal just subtly layered over the top of the top line. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And then as we move through and we get to like the bridge and they bring in those horns, and then the horns drop out and they bring in the strings, and then there's that whole breakdown, this whole instrumental breakdown where it almost goes like a little bit dubsteppy, just a hint of it for the dance break. Like, it's such a cool song to listen to, the way it evolves and the way you move through the song. There was no point in that where I felt that, how do I word this? It was almost like every single section of the song was a mini cliffhanger that left you hooked for the next section of the song, and it just kept building on that and building on that. And it's one of those songs that I love more and more as you listen to it, you know, as you move through it, which is a really, really cool thing. It's great when you have a song that hooks you from the get-go, but sometimes I personally find songs that like hook you from jump. Occasionally, once it gets to the end of the song, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of over it now. Because I've had that moment of being like, oh my god, this sounds incredible. I had that moment in the first 30 seconds, and everything else has been great, it's been fun, but like, that feeling is starting to wear off. With this song, it's the exact opposite, where like starting off, I'm like, okay, this is nice, I like this bass is cool. But then as we're moving through, it's like giving me more and more reasons to keep listening, and that's so freaking cool. Oh, I loved that. Oh, I loved that so much. And yeah, it feels so good to just hear Shownu's voice. I've been listening to some like older stuff from them. Well, some not so much older, like, you know, like the Dreaming album and whatnot, and some much older stuff. And just hearing his voice in those songs, it's just like, I miss your voice, because Shownu's like one of my favorite voices in the group. I love his tone, and he's also just like one of my biggest bias wreckers as well. I love him to death, and I have missed him terribly, and I'm so happy to see him and to hear him and to watch him kill it. He was eating that choreo up all day. And HYUNGWON as always. HYUNGWON as wow. HYUNGWON as always. Destroying. HYUNGWON is another. This is basically my wrecker line. this subunit is my wrecker line in Monster X. Like, that's basically where we're at. So yeah, that was a lot for me, but it was beautiful and very much surpassed any expectation I might have had going in. You know, I figured I would enjoy it. I figured I'd have a good time. I didn't realize I was going to love it that much. That was amazing. Anyway, that'll bring me to the end of that. That was a really fun time. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on the song, the music video, all of that stuff. Like I said, I'll be checking out the album over on Patreon in the not too distant future at all. So if you're interested, feel free to come on through. And yeah, I'm going to end this one here. Thank you guys very much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.